Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having an awesome week, and I am going to do something a little bit different. This is actually really exciting. I am getting headshots taken of myself. Today it is for a company that I freelance for doing photography. So I am in charge of doing my own makeup. And so I wanted to come to you guys and show you how I'm doing my makeup and why I'm doing it this specific way, and to show you guys like how it's going to show up on camera when you're ever getting like pictures taken or headshots or anything like that. So this is something to apply to that in general. Being a photographer as well as somebody who dabbles in makeup, I'm coming from both perspectives and coming to you and delivering you guys this information. And with the studio lights that I have, it's going to be very, very similar lighting to the lighting when I'm getting my headshot taken. So I thought that this was like the perfect light to be able to do my makeup in. So without further ado, we're gonna do my makeup for my headshot. So guys, I have never ever had a headshot taken of me. I actually don't like having my picture taken at all. I've never actually had my picture professionally taken ever. So this is new for me. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to be working out of my Ben Nye. This is a essential palette for, it has a whole bunch of different shades of foundations in it, and this is actually out of my professional makeup artistry kit. It has 12 foundations ranging from a very light shade to a very dark shade. And Ben Nye is actually known for their makeup in the makeup world. I actually used a lot of Ben Nye products when I actually took makeup courses in college. So that's why I picked Ben Nye. So the little foundations actually click into the tray. You'll see there's little divots on the bottom of the tray, and then it also tells you what each color is. And I am more of a cool but fair tone. So it says that each one, it'll show you what is in it. So the first one is RCE-1. It is the fairest color of them all.
Magic. Who is the fairest?
And there probably isn't going to be an exact shade match in here, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of mixing, and that is why I have my foundation plates. So I'm actually probably going to be taking some of the fairest shade, because this is a little bit of a yellow undertone, and I'm scraping it off of the spatula and I'm putting it on the foundation plate like this. And I'll show you guys how I mix it in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of a test color on my cheek here, see how it blends in with my skin and my neck. It actually seems just a little bit light, so I'm going to take some of the light beige color that's in this palette, light beige, and just a little bit, and we're going to mix this with the other one. This should darken it up, but not like too terribly much. So literally you just mix it like you would painter. Ta-da! So now that that is mixed, we're just going to apply some Putty Primer from e.l.f. And I did use some great skincare things earlier, so my face is already like tacky, ready for some foundation. It definitely looks a little bit more my shade. It's not so light. So now we have this, and it's literally a very, very, very thick formula. That's why I'm going to use it to spot conceal things first. Like here. Like, wow. That is so full coverage. Now, like I said, a little bit goes a long way. Like, I am barely dipping into this, and we are just going over the places that need ultimate correcting. This stuff literally is so full coverage. This is why professional makeup artists use it. Now that the basic face is blended in, I'm going to use just a little bit of a darker shade, and this is going to be used for my contour because I do want a little bit of definition, and I just scraped off a little bit. Okay, now I'm all chiseled. Ta-da! I'm just going to take my little concealer brush and... Okay, now that we have the basic foundation down, I am going to use some ColourPop Hyaluronic Acid concealer. We're just going to basically brighten up my under eye. So now we're going to take my Brighten Up powder from Essence Cosmetics and we're going to use this for the under eye. This just really like brightens up my under eyes, it brightens my skin, and it does a setting kind of thing as well for the concealer that I used, so it works perfectly together. And now we're going to put on blush and bronzer, and then we'll do my eyeshadow. For the bronzer, we're going to use the Too Faced. This is my Soleil bronzer, the Sun Bunny bronzer. This is a matte and shimmer formula, so it's like split in half. The packaging sucks because the heart, you just can't open it, but this is the bronzer. I'm going to try dipping just into mostly, I guess it is more shimmer. This is it's like 2 colors, and I'm just going to mix and put it all over my face. Bronze up my face, warm it up. They were like sculpted, but it's not like over the top. And then for blush, I'm going to be using my Black Radiance blush. It's in Toasted Almond. This is very pigmented, so I don't really need a lot. And so we're just using this, and we're going to apply it to the cheeks and brighten up my face a little bit, bring a little bit of color back into it. You don't want anything too flashy because the camera is going to pick up on it, as well as like the studio lighting. So you really want to avoid a lot of shimmer products. You don't want like a satin blush, you don't want a satin bronzer, you do not want any kind of powder that is like shimmery by any means, because it's just going to reflect really, really bad on camera. So most of the products that you use besides the highlight on your face, you just want to stick with a matte formula like this one here. This one's a baked blush. The bronzer that I used from Too Faced, this one is mostly it's more of a matte formula when it actually goes on the skin. In pan, it looks like it has a shimmer, but when it actually goes on my skin, it's more of a matte formula. So that's what you stick with when you're getting your headshots done. You don't want something over the top, overly shiny. Like I said, it's just going to bounce back on the camera, and the photographer is going to have a really hard time capturing your face, whereas a matte product is going to give your face a better lighting situation when you're getting photographed. And I am going to be putting on highlighter because I do want certain aspects of my face to stick out, more or less. That's what highlight is for. It's to highlight, accentuate the high points of your face. So I'm just going in with my See Out London. This is the Confetti Highlighter, and I received this in a boxy charm. But one thing I like about this highlighter is that it's not too over the top, but it gives enough of a shine to your face that it's like the perfect amount when you're getting photographed. And you literally just highlight the high points of your face, and it's going to make your face just look more natural. Like this one gives kind of like a dewy look, like where my skin would naturally have a little bit of a sheen, a shine to it anyway, and that is what you want when you're doing highlight for your photos. You want it to be a little bit of a glimmer just in your high points. So I am going to set my face before I move on to my eyeshadow, and I'm just going to use the Mario Badescu Aloe Herbs and Rose Water. This just adds a little bit of moisture back into my face, brings it a little bit more of that realistic look. And then we'll use a different setting spray at the end to kind of like bring it all together, set it down really, really well, make it long lasting, make it durable underneath any studio lighting. And then if you guys didn't see my date night get ready with me, I've been using a blow dryer to blow dry my face because it helps set it in even better. Okay, so I am going to be using the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals palette for this specific look. And this actually comes with a lot of great options for somebody who is just looking to do a simple neutral eye, and it has a mirror in here. And the formula is very beautiful, it blends out very easily, and I am basically going to be sticking in the matte and sequin rose for today. And I just need to prime my eyes really quick. Today I'm going to be using the AOA Perfect. This is the eye primer that I got from my Shop Miss A haul, and it actually resembles a lot of the Urban Decay Eye Primer Potion, except this was $1 compared to like $20 from that one. So I am just putting this on, priming my lid. It gives it a great tacky base for your eyeshadow to adhere to. So they're super tacky, they're ready to accept any kind of formula that I put on them. So we're going to just dip into the Aura row, and this is going to just set the eye. And then because I don't want like super depth, but I do want something there on my eye for you to be able to get a little bit of like natural look, we are going to be using the Soothe row, and I'm going to use the sequin shade. This is the lighter brown in this shade, in this palette. And we're just going to put this in the crease and make like a V with it. Now I always notice that with any kind of sequin that I use, like the glitter that is in these sequins, they just don't translate onto the eye. So it's more of a matte formula than it is a sequin formula. Alright, then I am going to go into the Aura row, and I'm going to use the metallic shade. This is just going a little bit on my lid, and then we will be done. Now look at the difference between the two eyes. This one's more matte. This one has a little bit of the shimmer. This one looks a little bit brighter, fuller with that metallic shade just on the lid. Okay, and then all you gotta do is your brows, keep them as natural as possible. I usually just stick with a brow gel, and then I comb them out with, you know, some sort of brow comb. And that's how I do my brows when I am getting, you know, that's how you want your brows to look when you're getting photographed. You want them to be natural, especially when it's a headshot. We don't need no Instagram brows. We want fluffy, we want natural. When you're getting your headshot done, that is what your makeup is about. Natural, accentuating the natural of your face. Ulta Beauty Brow Tint. It's in soft brown, and it has a teeny tiny little spoolie, and I just take this and I use the brow gel to fill in and fluff my brows. Now to get some of the clumps out, I just take a little spoolie and I comb through, and it disperses the product more evenly because that's what the spoolie is for. You don't need to frame your eyebrows. You don't need to really, I mean, you can pencil them in places where it's, you know, not super thick, that type of thing, but you don't need to box in your eyebrows. Like, what are you? No, just no. And then before we get to my mascara, which is the last thing besides my lips, I am going to set my face again, blow dry it, and then we'll put on my mascara and my lips. I'll show you guys the lips. Setting spray I'm going to use this time is the CoverGirl Look Walk Up. Now I have used this one in the past. It has been raved about as one of my favorites, and it is a matte formula, but it does help your makeup last that much longer. So we're going to use this today. It'll just mattify my makeup a little bit, but it'll keep it long wearing under the lights. So for mascara, I'm going to be using Essence's What the Fake. It is volumizing and fibers, and this is actually a no flaking formula. So I have found that long wear wise, this works perfectly, and it extends my lashes. So this is what we're going to wear today for my headshot. And then the wand is actually really small and easy to maneuver around your eyelashes without getting them like on your eyelid. This is more of a favorite than the Lash Princess from them, and that's a lot. That's saying a lot. Okay, so the last thing on the list is lips. And with lips, you want to go with something that is moisturizing so that your lips don't dry out, obviously. You don't want to see cracked lips in your photos. You don't want your photographer to have to go through and touch up your lips. So, the other thing is you don't want a color that is way outside the spectrum of the natural color of your lips, because how awkward would it look with you having a headshot and you have bright red lipstick on? So you want to go with something that is nude, something that matches your natural lip color. With that being said, I just have an Amuse Cosmetics. This is a pink color that is very, very mauve-y, but very similar to my natural lip color. Now the whole point of doing your makeup like this for a headshot is so that you can accentuate what is natural about you. You don't want to be fake. So this is my lip choice. This is a matte formula. It is very nude with a little bit of a pink undertone, so it kind of falls into like the mauve-y, blushy nudes, but it really, really is a similar color to my natural lip color. It's a little bit lighter, which is fine because over time it's going to wear down, so it'll look okay. A matte lipstick, whether it is liquid, whether it is a stick, whether it is a crayon, it's going to seep in to those crevices on your lips and you're going to be able to see it on camera. So you want to avoid that as much as possible. That's why most of the time I do carry around my lippy balm with me and I just do touch-ups. Like just touch up a little bit. Okay, I fixed my hair. This is what my hair is going to look like. It's just its natural state. Make sure it is clean, it is washed. I do suggest like spraying it with some hairspray that'll get rid of some of the flyaways, like I have flyaways here. So just spray it with a little bit of hairspray. You can even take a comb, spray the comb, and then comb it through your hair to get rid of some of the wispies, and that will actually help the photographer a lot when they're in post shooting, when they're in production, and editing your pictures. It helps a lot when the flyaways are gone when they're taking a headshot. So with that being said, this is what I would look like in a headshot. Under studio lighting, as natural as possible. And then obviously I wouldn't be wearing this sweater. I would actually be wearing a darker shirt or whatever shirt that they wanted me to wear. For my specific headshot, I'm going to be wearing a darker shirt. These are the tips that I have for when you're getting a headshot taken. I hope you guys like this video. If you guys want to see more on like makeup tips for this type of thing, like when you're getting your photos taken or for like weddings or, you know, anything in between, let me know. Leave a comment below. Go check out my giveaway. It is still going on, and I will see you guys later. Bye.